you're everywhere. I know you have events that you host, events that you run,
Mhm.
bopping
Mhm.
around the country almost
That's great.
constantly,
Bopping around.
right?
That should be on a shirt. Trevor bops around the U.S.
Bopping
Yeah.
around. And you do, of
Yeah.
course, I mean, you're a videographer, right? So you do a great job of documenting it and getting it out there. That's the whole point. Um,
Yeah.
Talk to me about the impact of that face-to-face networking because,
Yeah.
for our franchisees, and I think for everybody, during COVID, and I hate that I even have to bring this up still, it's 2026, but COVID obviously made an impact on the world and on business and how we socialize with each other personally and professionally. And I think people became very dependent upon digital and digital ads. And for us in home services, more people were spending more time at home and more things were going wrong. Or people, if they were in a financial position, they're looking around their house like, you know what, we could use some upgrades. We're going to be here for a while. And I
Hmm.
think the work kind of just took off and people, they couldn't go out and meet a contractor or bump into somebody at a professional networking event or at a community day. So they trusted what they saw on social media and they trusted what they saw on Google Ads and they made decisions that way. And we were kind of forced into being so siloed. And once the
Hmm.
world opened back up, I think people were yearning for it. And some people jumped right back into kind of the swing of things. But I think a lot of people maybe didn't mind not having to go out and put in the extra legwork. So we're always trying to stress the importance of getting out into the communities that you serve and building relationships with other small business owners who have a like-minded approach to customer service, who have parallel services, who have a similar customer base, and really build that referral partnership and that network. But it takes trust, and trust isn't given, it's earned, and it takes time.
Hmm.
And I think those face-to-face interactions are a critical piece of building any small business today.
Yeah.
And I think you're living proof of that and the impact that face-to-face networking can have on growing a brand and growing a successful business. So talk about your strategy and what you've seen over the years.
Yeah. I'm really passionate about this. And Patrick, this actually happened. I learned this at a younger age during my first business. I had a business partner, and for about 2-ish years, and he wanted his social media to be separate from work. Totally his right. Great. Mine was all about work. I was posting, I was filming weddings. I was filming every weekend. I would take a selfie of me in my hat. I would take a selfie with a bride. I would post a screenshot of a Yelp review. Because in my mind, no one's going to buy from me if they don't know that I exist.
Yeah.
And our best thing we could do as marketers and business owners and people listening is tap into the people that know you first. But they're never going to buy from you unless they know that you're doing this thing. And most people are afraid to do that because I think deep down they're like, what if I fail? Now everyone knows that I did this thing that didn't work out. But you're actually at a higher risk of failure if you don't do the thing with posting and letting the world get known. So I say all that because
Yeah.
as business owners, franchisees, like marketers, we have to mold the two. Because if you want to make money and be successful, you have to mold the two. In fact, it's personal branding. Like it's the thing that has to happen, right? So I can point to you almost 80% of our deals the past 6 years because I had met them at a show. I went and got coffee with them. When I was in their city, I happened to drive by the office. Like, I'm not sure about your inbox, Patrick, but each of us probably get 250 messages a day on
Yeah.
email, probably,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
My phone, that's not a spam call, rings maybe once a day with someone that I know. And on top of that, someone just dropped by the office, and it was so crazy. I walk in, and he's in my office. I'm like, oh, I left the door unlocked. Hello, I'm Trevor. I'm the CEO of Franchise Film. And he goes, hey, I was waiting for someone. I do catering. And I go, I gave him a high five. I'm like, props to you for just doing a drop by. Like, I haven't seen this in a long time. And
Yeah.
now, whenever I need catering, I absolutely will use that guy because he took the time to came in and stop by. So those face to face things, Patrick, are so important. Like, in fact, there was a wake up moment, Patrick, where I'm like, my business hit a stall in like 2021, and I'm like, God, what's going on? But it was when COVID started to fade away, and I told myself I need to get out in front of people more. But I took that a step further, and I said, how can I how can I track this measurable impact? So I had a metric that I would meet someone in person twice a week. It was Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. And I can't tell you how much business I won because those were the times that I made sure I was out in the world, getting coffee, getting to know people. So if you want to be successful at a business or as a salesperson, as a marketer, as an entrepreneur, you the call is yours. But if you want to be uber successful, you need to do face to face stuff and get out there. Like the call is yours. If you don't want to be successful, then great, that's on you. But if you want to be successful, you got to get out there.